Welcome to episode 231 with Brad Fraser. Since Brad and I last sat down, their headcount has gone from single digits to almost 50, which by most standards is rapid growth. So I really wanted to get into that and learn more about what's led to that growth and how they've handled it. We sat down at Bessie for a very unique one-off podcast experience. We got some appetizers, we got some steak, we might have had a bottle of wine. We talked about AI, we talked about the future of the industry. By the end of it, spirits were high and we were solving all kinds of problems. We really enjoyed the hospitality at Bessie, which is now a Michelin recognized restaurant, which is super amazing and a very well deserved honor. So tune in for this episode. It's a lot of fun and I'm very grateful for the experience. Let's get into the episode. Brad, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
And a different scene and scenario than last time?
Very different. Yeah, we were at the loft last time, weren't we?
No, we were down Addington Way.
Ah, yes. Gotcha. Yes, the old studio.
You were, yes.
So that was about 18 months ago.
Far out. A bit crazy?
It is crazy, and it's funny how in some people's world, 18 months is a absolute lifetime, whereas in AI world, it's double lifetime.
When you said 18 months, all I thought about was COVID, eh? The idea of time is a wee bit dilated, a bit changed.
It's a good topic, actually, time. I mean, we were having coffee this morning at about, 6:30, 6:45? Yep. And, here we are at almost 6:45 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Well, I just think, you both get in you get in at 5, I get a wee bit after you. That's the only time we have where there is no distractions or people after our attention or time. Yeah. So it's our own time to actually think. Yeah. And that's probably the hardest part that we have in our daily lives is thinking about the future and making sure we're not just doing the do.
Do you have a framework or a consistent methodology for managing time?
I don't. At the moment, it's just putting out fires. But it's how I spend my time outside of work and what you think about in the shower and how I can sort of log things in the back of my brain or in a thought bank. It sounds rude, but in a thought bank to say, what do I need to work out that actually requires cycles and where I've got a really deep reflection on what's going on and why and what did I do wrong. And then my process then is I will think about it, have a shower, go for a sleep, drive to the gym, and as I'm driving to the gym, I'll usually have the ideas. I'll literally pull the car over and write it down about how I need to solve that. And just letting my brain do the work for me, not try and force it.
Do you use AI to assist with that thinking?
I do when I've got a knowledge gap. So I'll put my headphones in or I'll just talk to it and go, this is what I'm trying to get out, or I'm trying to understand better. They explain it to me like, I don't know anything. And then I will go back and forth to re-explain my understanding. Because if I can understand it from first principles, I'll then be able to make a decision. Whereas I'd rather do that than just shoot from the hip, even though it may look like I'm shooting from the hip 9 times out of 10.
Can you explain first principles like I'm a 9-year-old?
Yeah, so first principles is I've got a problem in front of me. How can I solve it in the most simplest way possible first? Don't add any complexity or bureaucracy around it. Just if I was naive to the problem, how would I solve it? Because a lot of inertia has been formed around business process or the way that we play business on the day-to-day. I think the key part is, and what I do, it hasn't really changed much from today, say the 1980s, except I just play make-believe on a little bit of plastic compared to what everyone else does. But that's the easiest way to think through it.
Yeah, I mean, hence the question about time management. It's one of my recent recurring thoughts is just how do you manage time in the best way? Like whether it's first principles or whether it's the dilution that's occurred over, recent time, right? With, meetings and busy work and bureaucracy and noise and just the stuff in the middle that doesn't.
Look, it can be a lack of confidence. So it's a lot easier to be busy than solve a problem because you feel like you're doing something. Yeah. Sitting and pausing and realizing that you're not the right person to make this decision and you need help is a lot more uncomfortable than appearing busy. And I think probably when we have our chats in the morning at the Milkman, shout out to the Milkman, we spend quite a lot of money there, is I don't think we ever say that we're really busy.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really easy gauge to know the person in front of you when they say, yeah, I'm really busy, I'm really flat out, is that it's a lack of priorities.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I guess it's a lack of priorities or it's a lack of pausing long enough to actually determine what those priorities are, right?
Yeah, or having to think about the future, then it's easy to do the today.
Yeah.
I mean, to feel like you've actually achieved something versus being patient.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it a lot lately with regards to individuals or, other business owners that are, distracting themselves essentially, right? So they're looking to optimize a system or, perfect a process or automation or something, some distraction that's not doing the thing that they know they need to do to get to the next level or to create impact or whatever the thing might be. And so this recent theory is that you've got either something down the very left-hand side, which is doing the thing. It could be selling, it could be hiring, it could be firing, it could be paying something, it could be getting a new office space. And then the vision down the other end, right? Like the dream or the ideal scenario that you're trying to aim toward. And it's this middle, like murky area that I feel it can get quite loud.
It can get loud and time just slips away from you. But I don't think people actually ask themselves, should I be a business owner after they're in it? So I think a business owner, you got to be both arrogant and ignorant. Arrogant that you're the person to change this problem, and ignorant to go, I don't know what I'm doing and I needed to explore it because someone else would have solved it already.
Yeah.
Or ignorant to, it's going to suck and it's going to be painful and I'm going to grind through. Yeah. Because if you knew how much work it's actually going to take, it's a lot easier to make money somewhere else.
Way easier. Yeah. It's certain wiring, right?
Yeah. And if you've started multiple businesses, you're probably a little bit broken because you know how much pain and suffering there is to push through if you really want to achieve what you want to achieve. Yeah. And it makes you reflect, are you doing it because of money, because of status, or because there's a little voice in the back of your head saying, this is where you need to be?
I just have this ideology that, there'll be this combination to the lock code that, I'm just so close to getting, right? Like this ultimate formula, not the magic pill, but like the ultimate formula of like effort, focus, tech.
It's like what gives you that pleasure in regards to business. And for me, it's like we just had one of our guys who's been working his ass off, who's not a salesperson, make his first sale. And so this individual, very analytical, very hard working, but to see him celebrate and be happy that he made a sale was pretty cool.
Like joy.
Yeah, you can see that. Like I think I'm a better coach than I am player, and see that I poked and prodded the hell out of him and challenged him, and he responded very, very well. It's pretty cool to see.
What do you mean by that? You're a better coach than a player?
Well, if I literally think about sports, and be a professional athlete, and in my coaching career, I'm a lot better coach. Just because I derive joy in others being successful. I don't need to be the one winning the game.
Yeah.
I think that's for business as well. Like you can't be the one making every deal. You can't be the one doing everything. And if you're not happy with others' success, you will not be successful.
Totally. Yeah. Things have changed a lot since we last sat down.
Yeah.
Podcast location has changed, and, I thought we were at the loft last time, but no, that's just where where we work currently. But, it's funny how I looked at the summary from last episode and just how like the size of Agentic back then was quite a lot smaller, I guess, headcount wise. I don't know what it was like operational wise or revenue or whatever.
I think we had four. 18 months ago, we've been maybe like 4 or 7, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Single digits anyway.
Yeah. And so I think in the next 4 weeks, we'll have about 44, 43 total staff in regards to portfolio companies and Agentic here.
Yeah. What's interesting though is that I think you had, was it 96 at senior move managers? Yeah. So that's quite interesting because, those big numbers, like 40, that's quite a lot for a lot of small business owners to get their head around, right? Yeah. But this isn't the first time you've been at this point.
Yeah. Well, with 96, I probably lost control. So 96, we're across all of New Zealand, and it was really hard to control the culture. And because I wasn't over it, they had their culture of their own. And especially during COVID, we had to work from home and all this sort of stuff. It was quite hard to manage people.
Yeah.
And so this time around, being in one location, 10 times easier. And I've got a lot better in empowering others to manage not the culture, but being policing of the culture and allowing them to add their own flavors, you could say, and what they see as the best way forward.
The crazy thing that comes to my mind is 18 months from now. So that'll be, I guess, sometime in 2027, 28 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's it going to look like then?
Probably about 150 to 200 people, I'd say, quite conservatively based on what our ambitions are.
Yeah.
I think it's a race for both Brett and I. The first person to $1 billion company, and I do not like losing. So whilst he did a really good day winning a good deal, celebrated with him for a short period of time and then hung up the phone and worked out how I could beat him. So I think that natural rivalry is a feature, not a bug.
How do you mean? You mean like in regards to the separate sub-brands?
Sub-brands or sub-companies. So Brett's the CEO of a company called Adiso, whereas I'm the CEO of Build Foundry. And so I just like to win.
How do you split that responsibility up amongst the different sub-brands?
It's just very clear he's the CEO.
Got it.
So trying to find the right CEOs or leaders for each of the brands is a struggle.
Yeah.
Because to become a CEO or a GM, it's a different process, and there's no real good school to go to beforehand to learn how to lead a company.
Let's talk about the hiring process.
Yep.
So onboarding that many staff, team, are they seek ads you're running? Is it headhunting? Is it recruiters? Is it a combination?
So my core gauge for recruiter is when they ask me a recruiter, I say, how's your hiring process changed in the last 12 to 24 months? And if they say it hasn't, I don't use them at all. I don't look at CVs. I have 15-minute chats. And so I was taught, trust the conversation, not the CV. And so we do a lot of 15-minute chats with people to see what sort of human they are first before entertaining the idea of hiring them.
Do you find you can typically get a gauge on someone even like within the first 30 seconds?
Yeah, the record is 4 minutes. So we had someone in for 4 minutes and I hired him on the spot. He's now the CTO of one of our products. And that worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
But that's only because I took the time to flex that muscle and learn to do it the wrong way. And what I worry about for my people that I look after is if they outsource that thinking or they outsource the reps, they won't know what's good and what's bad. Because I want those people ultimately responsible for those hires.
Yeah.
And so this is going to sound a bit controversial, but it won't be the first thing of the night. I don't believe in HR.
Nah.
So the structure that we have is if there's a problem, we have lawyers on retainer that our staff can reach out to those lawyers and go through that process. But I expect the direct managers to handle their team, both from a recruitment and management. Because you can spend more time in recruitment or spend more time in management, you're not going to be able to do both.
Yeah, interesting.
And almost people self-select out, which is kind of crazy. Like A players do not want to work with B or C players.
Yeah.
And so naturally, the B and Cs don't last.
And vice versa, right? Say you had an organization of C and D players and A is not going to last in there.
Yeah, and an A player coming across to us is sometimes a bit scared because they're used to conforming a certain way. And when they can realize they can be a bit odd, they lean into it and really want to contribute because they've now got autonomy.
Yeah. What do you think, like, in terms of a structure, is it pretty traditional in terms of the hierarchy? Like, you mentioned the different
Our
sub-brands.
GM has 33 direct reports. Right. So probably not traditional. It's a very, very flat hierarchy.
Right, yeah.
And so we've got a lot of player coaches.
Yeah. So what will happen with the separate brands underneath Agentic?
So they spin out and they've got their own CTOs and CEOs and then product managers underneath. So you might be an Agentic and you incubate an idea. And then if you're talented enough, when that company grows up, you might be the CEO or CTO of it.
Yeah, right.
But we can, like an apprenticeship program, we can coach them to where they need to be and give them opportunities and even give them equity. Yeah. So a lot of our people have the opportunity in the future to either buy in or earn equity in our products because our goal is to make them better for the next job, whether with us or with someone else.
Have you had many or any come in with zero work experience, strong work ethic, strong desire, strong willingness to learn?
We have a lot of young people exactly like that.
Yeah.
So we're one person that came in working in a factory and that person was presenting in front of New Zealand's richest family in 8 weeks. On software, they had to learn to in 8 weeks. And so if you're a high agency person that's willing to jump with 2 feet into a challenge, you'll be given an opportunity.
Love that.
But like we've had people walk up the stairs at work and try and get a job with us. And we appreciate those with moral courage to do it because it is scary.
It is scary.
And
Has anyone succeeded on that?
Yes, we have.
Really?
We've had one that did not go very well at all.
Yeah, right.
That had to be escorted from the premises. But that's just another day in the life of where we are.
Yeah. Can you talk about that one that got
Escorted?
headhunted off you?
Oh, yeah. So it was quite funny. So we had an individual who got recruited for the overseas labs, and the comment via the lab or via the American company was, you're like the Briscoes ladies. Everything's half price because the exchange rate.
Right.
And so, especially in the States, they've sort of got majority of the AI talent locked up.
Right.
And so the starting wage in in America is $500,000 US. And so if you convert it to New Zealand dollars, it's $1 million. And if you're a young person with no family or no ties to New Zealand, it's a great opportunity to come work for us and then get headhunted by the labs and go work there.
Can you dumb down the role for me, like as if I'm a 10-year-old? Like, I guess the term vibe coding gets used a lot at the moment. I don't really know what it means, other than I guess just like prompting coding without being an engineer. Is that right?
Yeah, so you can think of AI like leverage. So you've got leverage in time as in capital. And so in capital, it's to get you further ahead than where you are, and you pay an interest rate for it. With vibe coding, you can get it further ahead, but you pay interest in tech debt. And so a person with those tools can get a lot further ahead than a person that doesn't know anything about them.
Got it.
And so vibe coding comes from, I have an idea, how do I get it to a prototype to show them the idea?
Got it. What would be the combination or the split between legacy style software developers and vibe coders or non-technical people?
Yeah, like we call them agentic engineers. So how do I run a whole lot of different agents to do the work? For us, all of our code's written by AI with the right guardrails. But I'd say that in the market, maybe only 20% use AI to actually code, which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy, right? Yeah. There's the ones that embrace it and are loving it, and then the others that are not.
So we've actually gone into companies, sit down with the ownership and said, this is how we do it. And it's completely revolutionized their business. They don't know it's possible, or they think it will never affect them. And it's not about replacing them because there's more software jobs now than ever before. It's about let the drudgery happen with agents as opposed to people.
Yeah. So back to the question on the 18 months from now prediction.
Yep.
Thoughts?
In regards to where software's going to go?
Everything. AI, software, the world.
So what people don't realize is that we're actually run out of compute. And so we've started a company called Thatch.cloud, where the highest leverage, highest paying jobs will be impacted by AI, but the next rung down won't be because tokens will cost too much money. So we were with a large company recently. They spend $250,000 a month on what's called inference costs. Inference cost is like when you ask ChatGPT a question, as a specialist computer that has a response, there's just not enough of that in the world. And they're talking about going into space to have data centers in space.
Why is that?
Because half of all data centers get cancelled, and it takes 7 years to put a data center.
Because of the build time, or
and also permitting and bureaucracy.
Entrepreneurs love that, love bureaucracy.
And so if you've got an exponential increase in demand,
right?
You can't service the supply.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of companies right now are pricing in the current economics, but they won't be able to serve inference.
Do you think a lot of that shortage is based on misuse of AI? Like, I call it like dumb shit, like prompting ineffectively.
Maybe, but also it's a new toy, and let's play with a new toy to see what I can do, and let's offload a lot of my brain to how it's going to work.
I'm probably not helping. Just be, straight with you.
It's like any technology, right? It's like if you've got a tram, you can use the tram a lot more often.
Yeah.
If you can use electricity, use electricity a lot more often.
Yeah.
Same with any technology.
Are we going to see more localized data centers, do you think?
We will, and that's one of our offerings is what's called sovereign AI. So it never leaves New Zealand shores because that's really important to some companies. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more popular in the coming years.
So with the likes of, Anthropic or OpenAI or whatever, like, is it the proprietary models that they've got, or is it the compute? Or
it's both. So they're going public this year. So like Uber, started out really cheap, got more expensive. When they go public, the public markets won't allow them to sandbag the price.
Right.
So our estimates, if you spend $2 on compute, the real price is about $10.
Really? Wow. So meaning the pricing's about to jump significantly. Yeah, interesting.
So you might go through and change your dynamics and then realize you can't service it.
I've heard that happening already. Companies cutting
Uber?
AI usage. Yeah.
So the rumor I heard about Uber, which is kind of funny, was that the engineers, and again, it's a rumor, I don't know if it's true, is that they were using 10x the compute so they wouldn't be replaced.
Intentionally using more.
Yeah. Just saying the price goes way up, so they can't use it.
Is it true that Uber's not even profitable yet?
No idea, mate. No, I think they are. I don't know.
Rumors.
Well, rumors are always good.
Well, I was just curious, like the other day, I was like, why is Uber not profitable? And apparently the compliance and the lawsuits that they've got to pay for. And
It's just one of the things with a tech company. You invest so much up front, and the long tail is where you get paid.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's interesting. You're willing to make any outlandish gambles in 18 months' time? Or 12 or 6?
12 or 6. 18 months, we're going to see a big decrease in enrollments for universities. Yes, the food has arrived.
Here we go. What have we got? This is the... Oh, amazing.
Thank you very much.
So good. Thank you.
Cheers.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah. It looks delicious.
You like it?
Delicious, mate. Absolutely delicious. So,
It's good, right? Vino's good.
getting pretty buzzed.
So
I've got a tickle in my throat that's gone now because of the food.
It's absolutely long gone.
Because, like, yeah, would you ever buy like a holiday home in the West Coast or around there?
I don't know, Brad. I think it's like... I don't know.
That bottle went pretty quick.
It went real quick. Definitely need another one of those. I don't know, like I just look at, people with holiday homes and
You think it's like a bit of a ring around the neck?
a little bit, yeah. I prefer like flexibility and I prefer,
Are you a homebody?
no.
So every weekend you're out and about?
We've been pretty like focused on that other property recently, the Reno, or the one that Emily inherited, which has been really cool. Like it's been a cool process to go to, like getting a bit like hands-on and not
A bit
being-
dirty? Yeah.
It's a good reminder, like I'm all for computers and people, but it's good to get like physical,
Like every now and then I've heard a busho, hug a tree, make life a little bit uncomfortable.
Totally agree.
Like,
It's so healthy, right?
yeah.
Like beach walk, get the feet out, get the tooties out. So good.
Yeah.
Ground yourself.
Yeah, it's like someone said, I can't remember who it was. Like, I've got a pool that I never jump in, but I use it every day. As I walk out, and it calms me as I look out.
Yeah.
I like that. And so it's small things, especially, like, I'm actually quite a big homebody. I enjoy being at home and around my family and my little castle.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's just good to have your things you like to do.
You still looking at another property?
We are, yeah, depending on how the world goes.
But
And
bigger.
We've got a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, so we don't need it bigger. It's more about the space for the boys. And I've never met an arrogant farmer.
More like bigger land, I meant.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever met like a really arrogant farmer? No. And so my very simple brain goes to, if there's hard work involved, it mellows you out.
Yeah.
And if I was to be wealthy, probably a key part for me, for my children, would be, how do I make sure they don't rest on my laurels? That hard work is very important. And so the only way that I know how to install that in them is responsibility. Yeah. Like a chicken coop or, I don't know, whatever it might be. But they would actually appreciate those lessons as opposed to saying, Dad's got money. And so that's something I think about a lot. Because I have seen it myself, I don't know if you have, when almost like the biggest curse in the world is a trust fund kid.
Yeah, totally. We've gone down this weird YouTube vortex recently with this guy named Hoover. He's got a channel called Pilot Debrief.
Yeah.
So he's an ex-fighter pilot, but he debriefs like aircraft accidents that have occurred. And so a lot of them are YouTubers themselves. And so they've got footage of these accidents, right? And the recent one that we watched was a trust fund kid, well, not trust fund kid, like clearly a wealthy kid that just was not equipped to handle this aircraft and crashed and died, unfortunately. But the sort of backstory was that, he clearly had been brought up with everything he wanted, and, there's drugs and alcohol involved, and like the dad had bought the plane, and just like a whole bunch of bad circumstances that you can sort of see the story, right? There's definitely a few gaps being filled in there, but like exactly as you say, it doesn't really lead to anything good generally, does it?
I remember people at university who had all their rent and all their expenses paid for, and they weren't very happy people because there was no struggle. And to have the honest struggle of, I've achieved this, and therefore win-win-win was actually really important for them.
It's a really interesting conversation.
Should we talk about money?
Oh, we should definitely try and talk about it. Yeah, I mean,
we're a bottle of wine deep.
I think, yeah, just for the record, wine counter. Ding, ding.
Like sips, as I'm trying to get that thing in my throat.
Not sips, no, bottles. Glasses.
Love it.
Standard drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, money's, I think, a bit like time, like everyone's got their own version of it and their own beliefs. And for me personally, like I was just saying about the fun token idea.
Yeah.
I think that's quite an interesting one, right? Like,
how do you approach it?
Well, what I mean is that when it's on the account or on the screen, it doesn't really mean anything, right? Like it can have an emotional feeling or a sensation, but
you go for it. You're all part of the go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's dangerous.
Should we get some mains in about 15 minutes or 10 minutes, if that's right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. So
Thanks,
good.
So
good.
Be shit-faced for the interview. Awesome.
Massively shit-faced. This could be the best podcast ever.
So talk me through money.
Money.
What's your relationship when you grow up with it?
I don't have a punchline for it. I grew up in a family that were kind of a bit like The Millionaire Next Door.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that book?
Oh, yeah.
It's a book. It sort of speaks to the people that are not very flashy. They've quite disciplined with money. They don't get validation from external use of it. They don't value like brands, or they don't need to impress anyone else. But they're quite good at I guess like saving, investing. They earn like mid to high, right? Like low, mid, high, somewhere in that band. But the gist of the book is that they're the millionaire next door that you would never know about. So they're not the person with the Ferrari. They're the person that just doesn't look any different, right? And so like we never had new cars growing up. Like lived in the same house all the time, sort of thing. And like so I guess growing up, I learned the value of like I don't like waste it all. Like Dad grew up at the end of the Second World War, so he grew up in an environment himself that was very like you don't waste
like
stuff,
austere.
right?
You look after everything. You use it to the max.
Yeah, you use it, and like the opposite of consumerism, and like use once and throw out.
Yeah.
So I grew up in that environment, and I guess that's part of the identity I have today.
Are you saying it stresses you out in regards to you get to a certain number and it gets you stressed?
It definitely stresses me out when I struggle to mentally understand it. And what I mean by that is that if I've got a certain number in my mind that should be in the account or should be available at any time, and I guess like when I dip below that, I get quite stressed out.
Yeah.
Or
what action does it lead to?
I don't know, just underlying stress and unhappiness.
Yeah, I've got a weird relationship with money. It's sort of like, initially it was you build it up, and then it got to a point where you're like, what's it all for? And like starting this business, like my risk appetite's a lot higher than other people. So like we literally sold everything we own to put it into this business. Like we're on the point where we borrow money to pay for food. Because my belief was that we'll achieve what we need to achieve.
So we're talking like, so debt as well, or just?
Like literally sell everything I own and put it into this business, like for both myself and my family, to a point where I'm literally borrowing money to feed my kids because I believe so much in that we'll achieve this mission. And so for me, that's been quite a big transition. Probably not healthy, but great motivator to know that I believe in either the product or the team that will achieve what we need to achieve.
Have you found the numbers, like in terms of revenue, is it similar or bigger than Send You Move?
It'd be bigger.
Similar.
It's just any tech business is a different transition. So like you spend a lot more money up front to build the product, and then sales kick in. And so we're in that exponential scale phase where we've spent a lot of cash building, and now we're reaping the rewards of that.
Yeah.
But also knowing that if everything goes bad, I can probably get a job that will pay pretty well.
It's actually a really good line or a really good thing, right? Like the worst case is often not that bad.
It's not that bad, but you've got to have that belief.
Yeah.
And that belief is quite rare. Like people are not comfortable not knowing how to pay a mortgage in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it is. It is a delusion that's required, right?
Arrogance and ignorance.
Arrogance and ignorance, yeah.
You're like, you've really got to be a bit broken to go, yep, guess what? I am pot committed.
Do you think it's, I mean, I guess broken's a abstract word or term, right?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I resonate with it, you know.
Yeah. and I think if people actually realize that being average is average for a reason, and it's okay to be a bit different. Yeah. And that if you want to achieve something, you can by being a bit different. And being different's okay. And it's probably a lot of people that are successful are.
Yeah, I mean, as a baseline stat, like apparently 1 in 10 people are business owners. So
yeah, sure, that's quite low. Eh?
Straight off the bat, 9 out of 10 people either won't relate, won't resonate. This is just fucking gibberish, or it's just like, it's just not something they can get their head around, right? And so
I think it's a desire thing
already. And I think if you break that down even further, like that 10%, that's the people that have accidentally fell into a business. They've been a self-employed, trade. Like that's a wide spectrum, right? Property invested. Like there's a lot of people in that 10% that are not like entrepreneurs that are taking risks and trying to scale something, right?
Yeah, and it's that risk part. Yeah. Everyone has different risks for different periods of my life.
Tolerances, yeah.
Like if I look back at my previous life on Send You Move, what we sacrificed there, I could never do with kids. And so you've got seasons in your life, I think. Seasons where you can go all in. Seasons when it's time to pull back. Seasons when it's time to accumulate wealth. Yeah. Because you've done the hard yards and the hard yakka. And it doesn't have to always be the same. And sometimes, you're going to sacrifice your weekends, but it's not going to be forever.
No.
And like this too shall pass.
Such a good, like 3 or 4 words, right?
But you only get that after you've made all the mistakes, you've got the scar tissue.
Yeah.
And so by seeing the scar tissue in other entrepreneurs as we go and make deals, we sort of get it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to cut through the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, something I've noticed with like reading a few books here and there, like with like the Lululemon story comes to mind. I read that book and I just thought like Chip Wilson's just like, a lot of it I related to. Like, yes, there's a bigger outcome, like there's a bigger business, there's a bigger like number, and like, but he's at essence like he's the same person that I relate to, and like either from like the coaching side or the Altitude Collective side, like it's a very similar DNA, right? Like that desire to build and that desire to like take risk.
But that's it, the desire to build.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite an innate thing with an entrepreneur, which not everyone has, or not everyone will understand. And I think early on, I remember Paul and I were asking the same question of how do we make our staff have that desire? And our advice was they never will. So don't try and force them into that unless you give them a slice of the pie.
Which not all of them want anyway, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny as well.
Like, the idea of worrying about payroll the night before when you don't have the money will break people. And they will give away their equity to say, I don't want that stress ever again. And ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. I think there's levels too, isn't there? Like I spoke with a guy today that's like got a business, got a thing he's trying to get off the ground. And, I love that. I do, but also it's just, there's just levels to the sort of the game of business, I think.
And knowing what you're signing up for. And when you want to start a business, you may think it go well for like 2 years, but it's probably a decade endeavor to really go.
Hence the name of this podcast originally, right? The 10 million, 10 years was the original name.
Well, that is what it's going to take, and not everyone sees that.
No.
And the sleepless nights. My only advice to an entrepreneur is actually learn how to sleep, because entrepreneurship will give you every reason in the world not to sleep from the stress and the different ideas you might have as you go through it.
Yeah. I saw a reel before about like, it's a short form video, right? So take it for what it's worth, but like trying to work during the day, no chance. Like it's a nightmare. There's distractions, there's all this stuff, right? But then like the flow state between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., right? And so I'm not trying to like be, conflict what you're saying, but it's just interesting, that thing about time and focus, and when you're good at focusing.
You want me to order for you?
You can order for me.
All right.
Any steak that I have, may I please have it blue?
Absolutely.
Could I get a tomahawk medium rare?
Yeah.
I'll have one of those. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do one of those as well?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We're going to do podcasts here more often.
Fuck yeah, that's such a good idea,
this
mate.
Is good. This
Do you
is
know how many
real
people?
good.
Do you know who you get? Like a lot better than me.
Maybe
on this
this
podcast.
is the new studio.
Fuck, it'd be so good. Sponsored by Bessie.
BC, yeah. Bessie's the new sponsor.
Like,
They don't know it yet, but
so underrated. Like, what a great location.
oh man, the staff, the team, the experience, like it is by far my favorite restaurant in Christchurch. By a massive margin.
They're how good by having the Altitude Collective here with their select members, have a speaker come and speak about their experience and what's going on
Yeah.
at the same level as they are.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking primo.
We did one event here late last year.
Right.
Did the Partridge experience and tour, and then came here for dinner.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the private room because there was too many for here, but a great spot.
All about it, eh?
Yeah. What value do you put on the people around you? Like obviously there's the team and there's Brett and there's family, but like what about others? Like, do you have friends or?
Do I have friends?
Yeah, don't like,
No,
that
probably,
wasn't a dig.
No, like probably not.
It was a legit question.
Like, do I have friends? Not really. I don't really have friends. Like I said, I got different seasons. I'm very insular with my family and my young boys, and I don't see them enough as I should, and so I spend a lot more time being quite a, like I said, a homebody. Yeah. And spending more time with my boys because, as you know, with kids, they grow up pretty quick, and we've just come off our first holiday together overseas with my young boys. First holiday in 8 years, wow. Which is a good milestone. Yeah. Nothing broke too much back at work, so that's fine.
What about the holiday? Was it smooth or?
Flights? No. I got an almost 2-year-old, so he sits on your lap for 4 hours. So that was a good wrestling match. He went and played kangaroo up and along the aisle as the toilets broke at the back of the plane.
No.
Yeah. All part of the experience, right? So I loved it to be able to spend time with the boys in the pool, see them with their grandparents. Because I think that's something really special, is time with the grandparents. Because what I learned with my grandparents was you don't really see your parents as like partners. You see them like as mum and dad. And what I learned with my grandparents were they were partners and you saw them as a relationship. Yeah. So I love it, and my boys spend time with their grandparents for sure.
That's so good.
Yeah. Just different. But unfortunately, not as much time as I like with my friends with their kids at the stage that they are. But it will change as things, or my time is less intensive at work as we're scaling these businesses.
What do you think you could be doing better with your time at the moment?
It would be rationalizing attention. So what's worth my attention, what's not, and how to say it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Everyone wants time with the boss in regards to how can they learn and get better in their career.
Yeah.
And how could I be better served in doing one-to-many, not one-on-one.
How's your happiness level at the moment?
I don't really have those emotions.
You might not think that, but you probably know when you're miserable and unhappy and stressed though, right?
For me, it's I don't really have the full range of emotions that other people have. I sort of have milestones to achieve, and there's not really big spikes or troughs in joy or happiness. It's more awareness of the current state. So I'm probably a wee bit weird in regards I'm not the same as others, as you may have picked up. I come with warning labels sometimes.
Yeah.
Like our sales team actually says with some of our customers, we're going to let Brad out of the cave at the moment. Be prepared.
You're probably a bit like a maple raisin, like walnut ice cream, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's not for
Peanut
everyone.
butter ice cream.
It's
for
not
everyone.
vanilla. It's not vanilla. You're
No.
not vanilla.
They come with lumps and bumps.
but the ones that love it, right?
Yeah, well, the ones that understand. And for me, it's not about having the most amount of friends or being the happiest at the time. It's just about going on a journey with what I want to spend my time on and be very selective. My partner Tina is a saint to put up with my shit, as my staff tell me.
Yeah.
And to put up with my cyclones or typhoons that happen every now and then.
Do you reckon her like German personality helps offset that a little bit?
It would, for sure. And also probably the language barrier sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Lost in translation, but no, she's pretty good with her English.
That's so funny.
Which is different, mate. Like, I'm a pretty intense human. And then when I'm outside of work, I will revert back to being what I call the ghost man. So the person that doesn't really say much, is quiet in the background and doesn't really have an opinion.
Yeah. I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't always choose your kids' friends, parents.
Yeah. 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 I understand. Yeah. Yeah. It just goes to speak to the variety of people out there, right? And
Everyone's just so different, mate.
Well,
living their own journey. I'm always amazed when I'm driving home and I look at the hills to see that every single home has a light on and everyone has their own journey. And it kind of boggles the brain.
It absolutely does. I was on the way into the loft on Sunday morning. I was at the BP station getting a coffee. It was 4:45-ish a.m.
Yeah.
And these young kids, they were probably like 18, 19, 20. They were pretty boozed. Like they were like stumbling around, right? They were looking for a chicken like croquette or like they were looking for some pies or whatever, and they saw the car, right? The Porsche was running because I just leave it running, right? And they're like frothing over it, right? And they're like, fuck, this guy's getting coffee and we're coming home from like town or a party or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can just see their brains like simultaneously stop, right? They're like, oh fuck, we're not doing what we need to do to get to that. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm getting a coffee, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
And they're like, when did you get that? I'm like, I don't know, last year. And so they're just like, you could just see them like processing this, right?
Two things. I look back at that age, I was a munter, mate.
Oh, hang on. And I just want to finish. I too was a munter, in a good way though, like in a good way. And these were nice kids, like they were respectful and all that. But it just was interesting that, like, who are these kids, right? Like, not that I know, like everyone, but you sort of fall into that world sometimes of like echo chamber, right? Like, you see people, you know them, like, but then there's like this whole wide world out there. So just like the lights on the hill, it's like these 7, 8 like group of kids. Like, who are they? I don't know. Will we ever see them again? I don't know. Probably not.
Well, it's even like, it's even like simple
500,000
things
people.
like there's like coming into, say, the tech world for myself from a previous business, the amount of money that's actually in Christchurch that if you have a good idea and good traction is available to you,
Yeah,
is kind of wild.
totally agree.
But you are the product of the people you spend the time with, and you can choose. And the way I thought through it was, if I read a book, I'm spending the time with that person's autobiography. And so am I getting better by reading that book? As opposed to getting on the piss and being a munter at the Mad Cow, RIP.
But being a munter at Bessie's fine though, right?
Shit, yeah. Sponsor of the pod.
Let's hope so.
But like, I reflect on that, and it's almost like the kindness of strangers. So you would have gone to a job, and I remember I worked at Burger King from the age of 15 to about 19. And it's the kindness of the strangers that work there that helped me learn how to be in the business world or how to be an employee.
Yeah.
They didn't sign up for that to help mentor and manage me, but I'm a product of their knowledge and their decisions. So it's also being open to taking that feedback.
Yeah, well put. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I hit the age of 15, my family told me, you've got to find a job in the next month or you're out of home. still at high school.
Wow.
But their mission, delivered in a different way, was I want to teach you hard work, and there's no free rides.
Wow.
And so that was important to them. Glad I got the job at Burger King.
Yeah.
It gave me a good ability to talk to a range of different people.
Yeah.
But that's sort of how it all sort of runs.
So what led to that though? Like what was the point of, like, why did they?
Well, so this will sound weird, but when we were 13, we used to deliver drugs, and we delivered drugs for the pharmacies. So I remember we got paid $5 a day, regardless of how many errands you had to do. And you got the drugs from Waltham Pharmacy. I don't know if it's still there actually. And you pedaled on your push bike and delivered drugs to older people. And then from there, you might get $25 a week. You spend it all at New World on lollies and Coke.
Yeah.
And then during high school, it was really important for my family that you earn your own way. And so mum and dad taught us about budgeting and money.
Yeah.
And part of that was getting a job.
Yeah.
And so by my 6th or 7th form, I was sort of working 40 hours a week. So work both Saturday and Sunday at Burger King during the rugby rush and on the drive-through, just so that we could interact with different people.
Wow.
And learn how to budget and manage money, so that when we were ejected from the nest, we weren't dickheads.
Yeah. I'm trying to teach Madison a bit of that at the moment, actually, around like budgeting and money and just different ways to look at it.
Isn't it wild that your financial education usually for your family is your parents? Like, where is it taught in schools to a real good level where everyone understands?
I don't believe there was any part of my high school education that had budgeting or money management or anything of that nature.
Yeah. Or compound interest.
Eighth wonder of the world, right?
Something so simple that can really set people apart in regards to the options they have
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah. What's your like absolute sort of happiness, like dream state?
Dream state is if I'm rich.
Maybe like 5 years or 10 years or something?
Not really 5 years, 10 years. In regards to wealth, my dream state would be that in my home, I've got an absolute decked out gym, like to the nines, perfect, that I can wake up, roll out of bed, get changed and go to the gym in my own home. Yeah. And it is peak, like either IHF or Les Mills level. Yeah. With a trainer tuning up. Yeah. That is my perfect state.
Okay.
But apart from that, it would be impacting some sort of change or building something. There's nothing worse than a bored Brad. Like both my parents and my partner say, when I'm bored, it's not nice.
It's not good. No. So is that dream house in Christchurch or somewhere else?
It'll be in Christchurch for sure for my young boys and also for my grandparents. Yeah. For their grandparents, my parents, so that they can interact with them and learn the different generations.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it will be living somewhere else.
Why is that?
I just resonate more with different cultures more than New Zealand. This is down the road, but when I lived in Canada, I resonated a lot with that culture and environment, and I'd love to go back sometime.
So what elements of that culture don't you have here?
Just the abundant, the thinking big thing, like the tall poppy thing. I believe it's real. Some people don't. I believe it is. Some things you just can't explain either though, right? Like, I just like it there.
Are you a gypsy?
I don't believe so, no. No.
So you can stay in one place for 5 years and be the same, or do you have to be changing, evolving and doing something different?
I do like the idea of nesting, and I do like the idea of building a base and a thing around me, but yeah, I don't think gypsy's the right word. No. That's a prediction for down the road though. Like not next week, but
Well, it's always come back to, let's say you won lotto tomorrow, right? What would you do?
yeah. I don't
No,
know.
and I probably wouldn't change what I'm doing right now.
No.
It's never about the money.
No. And that's the irony, right? Like, that's what I've sort of noticed, like, and again, back to that Chip Wilson book, Lululemon. It's not really about the money. It's about the creation and the process of trying to build something and like trying to figure it out, right? Like that, picture like a combination lock, like you're trying to figure it out, right? You're trying to put the right parts and the right components and
You're always searching, seeking, right?
Yeah.
For different relationships, different people to help achieve a mission, or
Yeah.
how to guide or bond over a single idea,
Totally.
and find your crew or your people.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you say about the money around here locally in Christchurch, I couldn't agree more. The quality of people and the resourcing available, it's wild. The people I've met through both like this and just like general like friends of friends, like it's astounding.
Yeah, money's never the issue.
It's
which sounds
never the
weird.
issue, no.
And it's like just write handwritten letters. You can literally find the owners and the directors on the company's office.
Yeah.
You know their address.
Yeah.
Send them a fucking letter. Don't be a stalker and rock up and knock on their door. That's kind of weird.
Don't be weird about it.
You'll get punched in the teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's ways around it.
But it's crazy when you think about like, the sort of, that's burned into my brain now, the lights on the hill, right? Like the house with the lights on the hill. But like, you look at every building, right? Commercial, residential, like someone owns it, right? Not much of it's government owned. So somebody has to own that, whether they're local or offshore or within New Zealand. But like that wealth is somewhere, right?
Yeah. And money likes to cycle around. So it's hard to get in between.
Yeah. The Hormozy quote comes to mind, right? Like the solving rich people problems, they pay better.
Mate, every day of the week. And if you find someone that has money and pain, they'll pay fast. They do not care. It goes back to the idea of, let's say that you're locked out of your home and you've got a locksmith that comes around and taps twice and charges you $500. Would you be happy? Versus someone that comes and works on your lock for 8 hours, goes back to their office to get the right tools, comes back and then still charges you $500. How you respond to that question tells me a lot about the individual person.
100%. Yeah. I saw a basic post the other day. It's like a carousel post, right? It's like, if you're selling to, rich people, sell time. If you're selling to entrepreneurs, sell simplicity. If you're selling to, mums, sell convenience or comfort. And it's like, it's just such a basic reminder of like selling to what people actually care about.
And I think people get wrapped up in complexity when business is just QSV, quality, service, value. Do those three things and money won't be an issue.
The thing that I ponder a lot when I'm on the treadmill at the gym is that there's like an office building directly in front of the treadmill. There's probably, dozens of people, if not hundreds of people at desks like working. I don't know what they're doing. Like they're doing stuff, I guess. Like, I don't know what they're doing. They're emailing, like booking me, I don't know. And so I just like look at them and I'm like, are those jobs going to be eradicated in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
Well, I actually did a talk recently down at Epic, and you'll like this. I polled the audience. So I said, how many of you have been out protesting that we've wiped out all the elevator operator roles? And not one person put their hand up. And I said, jobs change. We always evolve. Technology, unfortunately, just leads to more work. And that yes, the roles will change because of the technology. And the faster people to adapt will make the most money. But we fill in the white space. It's like if you give a task to someone and you say you got 4 hours to do it, it's going to take them 4 hours to do it. If you say 2 hours, it'll take 2 hours.
Totally. Yeah.
People are just people.
Yeah.
It's not that much more complex.
What do you think of that analogy or fable about like the gold rush, right? And how in a gold rush, apparently, like it's not the gold miners, it's the people that sell the shovels. Have you heard that? What do you think of that theory?
It's a smart theory in retrospect. No one quite knows what the shovels are until after the gold ruch.
Yeah.
When they look back and say you're so much smarter. It's like when you assess like a crisis and you say you should have done this.
Has that come up with you?
Always. In regards to what we're doing versus where the future value is going to be. And as you're assembling the plane out of the sky as it falls, you don't know where the future value is going to be. But I sort of think that maybe the high value roles that if you're traditionally to charge at a high hourly rate will be the most ones disrupted the fastest. Like we know professional services no longer hiring juniors. And so they would recruit in March of this year to start in the next calendar year that are no longer recruiting because they can earn a lot higher dividend check than previous years.
Yeah.
And incentives drive outcomes.
It's funny, just on the way here, actually, we drove by a professional services firm that won't be named, but we got a bill from this said firm, right? And I was like, I don't think like this is going to go well for them. And the way they treated us as people, like, it was just like, it's not good.
The market is the market.
The market is the market until...
And you'll adjust.
Yeah.
And enough people adjust pretty quickly.
Totally.
So it's then what is scarce.
And it's hilarious how like everyone predicted, lower sort of value or lower hourly rate jobs to be like compromised, right?
Well, it's cognitive bias. I would much rather say that I'm so smart and special that's going to impact someone else than actually look myself in the mirror and say that I'm the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. You made a comment about humanoid robots in the last one.
Yes. Still pretty au fait in regards to the development of them.
Yeah, what's been going on with them lately? I haven't seen anything.
So you got the Boston Marathon that we run in regards to humanoid robots. You've now got the robot boxing matches that are going on. So I think we'll see a transition of them into the home in the next sort of 12 months. I talked at an MBA class recently where I said that 90% of the room by 2030 will all have a humanoid robot in their home folding their laundry and doing their dishes. So we see it as the next frontier when the cost to manufacture comes down.
Yeah.
And that China is a leading powerhouse to deliver humanoid robots to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I heard of a firm in the States that was doing free cleaning for people.
Yeah, and doing the training data.
Yeah, exactly. So
data is very, very valuable. And people don't really realize in New Zealand that the work that they're doing can be used and to be like unmodelized because that training data is sort of forever. They don't really understand the value of what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's similar to Tesla in a way with the self-driving autonomy, right? Like the reason why it's been achieved is that there's so much data.
Yeah, well, like every time you drive a Tesla, you're recording that data of every action from the brakes, the accelerator to the steering wheel. And that's helped training that neural net to get smarter as it goes full self-driving.
On a tangent, why do you think some cohorts of people dislike EVs and Teslas in particular?
It's how else do I identify myself to know where other people are that I can make friends?
Right.
So
signaling.
A lot more status. Like the one thing I got wrong in business was I thought that money was the only thing that drives business, where I think it's actually the opposite. Status drives way more business than I ever thought. And I remember being in a boardroom, talked to a customer and said, I can save you like $4 million a year, right? And the comment by the CEO was, I actually like telling people when I come to a place like this, or I go out to dinner on a Friday night, I manage 60 people. And that was actually more of a driver than the cost savings, because that individual had no upside in that cost savings.
Right, interesting.
And we think about business, there might be only a few owners.
Yeah.
So not everyone shares in the spoils.
Interesting, yeah.
And so how else would I signal, like you'll
status.
Signal status, but also where are people that I might want to engage with? And you'll see this through an anti-AI sentiment.
Much
like ESG.
Yeah.
I stand for this.
Yeah, totally.
So therefore, if you stand for this as well, come over chat to me and be friends.
It's so interesting. I mean, even headcount, right? Like, I find that that's one of those metrics. It's exactly the same as the guy.
It's
right?
Kiwi land. So what do you do? It is a quick check to know if I should value the interaction or not.
And I'm a big fan of Buddy, but like in terms of managing teams and staff and like people, that is not something that like resonates with me, right? But that's sort of the metric of like success. It's like, how many staff have you got?
It's a measure of difficulty. So if you've got a whole lot of staff underneath you, you must be therefore very competent in managing those people. And it's a quick gauge. It's like a quick social check. Okay, you manage 10 people, so therefore you must be a rock star. So I should pay more attention to the words out of your mouth.
I guess so. But again, I think that's outdated.
Oh, 100%.
But
it doesn't mean it doesn't happen every day at every conference.
And I guess as you say, right, with that example.
Well, like we got a very good salesperson where I work, and he has the acronym FORD, like friends, so F for friends, and then occupation, and then recreation, and then D is like dreams. And so for when we teach our young people how to have small talk, because that's quite a small art that's lost, where you always go, that's a Ford acronym. So how do you engage with people? So as opposed to say with occupation, you know, being able to be relatable to having kids or having this recreation is a lot better signal or cut through than what do you do? Because that instantly qualifies you out.
Yeah, right. What are the next few hires going to be? Are they going to be a combination of technical skill?
Technical, we're pretty good on. We've got another 5 devs starting in the next 6 weeks. For us, it's customer success. So in times of change, you're not going to ask ChatGPT, what should I do? You're going to default back to a person or a human relationship of how do I guide you through a big change. So think about the changes in your life. It's probably been a lot more emotional and relationship based about we're going through this change. How do we do it together? And so we'll have a fleet of customer success people, probably about 20 actually, if I'm being honest, between the products over the next sort of 4 months. It will go out and the salespeople, the hunter, will go through and sell the dream. And this customer success, or the farmer, will have to go through and train, deliver, understand.
Right.
It's a lot more human element.
Nurture.
We'll literally have them in lobbies waiting for CEOs to come out to have a chat to them. So we think human interaction's going to be a feature a lot more because it's so cheap for AI to write an email.
Yeah. I think you're right. I ran into a guy this morning that was unexpected. I was sitting at a place having breakfast, and it was such a nice, like, unexpected event, right?
Yeah.
And I bring it up because it's like the human on human thing versus email or a phone or a text or some digital form of communication. Like,
Trying to something simple is like I was at the gym today. A younger person was trying to do bench press, couldn't get the bar up, almost had a mild case of death. So I held him with the bar, racked it. I was like, hey, bud, I'm here if you need me, if you want a spot. Don't feel like you can't ask.
was it like 3 plates or?
Mate, it was not that much. Loved the ambition, but the eyes were bigger than the stomach. And all you had to do was look at their arms.
It's so funny.
But again, that interactions, like when you say words to people, they don't care what the words are. They care how the words make you feel.
He'll probably remember you now, right?
Probably,
yeah.
Yeah, he'll know me that I'm the random dude that saved him from a mild case of death at the gym.
So good. Yeah.
And it's like, why are people afraid to ask for help?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever been trapped under the bar, under weights?
I have, but I've had someone there to help. Yeah. So I haven't needed to like ask for unsolicited help from a stranger to avoid the death.
Just a little bit of embarrassment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scary feeling though.
It's good. Yeah. We need to feel more scared more often.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you felt nervous?
Probably like this guy in Auckland, this homeless guy that was chasing me. That was like, I was feeling pretty uncomfortable with that. Like,
why was he chasing you?
I was just out like walking. I think I was like looking for a coffee / going for a run. And it was like 6 a.m. on a Monday. It wasn't even Saturday, Sunday, but yeah, this angry homeless guy sort of started chasing me, right?
Yeah, I can't compete with that, eh?
And I just felt like, actually, I don't know what I was scared of. Like, I don't know what he was going to do. Like, I mean, could have done, I don't know, could beat me up, I guess. I don't know. Mugged me, I don't know. Fortunately, I had my running gear on, so I was well-equipped.
Ran away. I think embarrassment and like nervousness or anxiety are unexplored emotions that people need to explore more often.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Like truly just like Beyblades, let it rip.
I struggle with that a lot, to be honest. You know, like the fear of like, not cold calling, but even just following up on leads, you know, like I just don't want to be an inconvenience.
Yeah, it's that perception that you're like, I'll give you an example. So for our staff at the moment, when they go out and see customers, they're actually the highlight of our customers' week. And so when you realize that you're probably actually the highlight of their day, it allows you to ask or to engage in the activity a lot easier. Just because you probably think that sometimes those call inconveniences, it might just cloud your brain.
I have noticed that actually quite a bit with the leads that have been coming through. Shut Up, Digital Simple, the
James
Wallace. He loves Bessie Knight, for sure.
I've never been out. Still got to fight him.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I reckon we can raise a bit of money for charity if I fight James Wallace. You'd pay good money to watch that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'd pay money for it, but
You'd pay money to charity.
I'd be there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I just love this whole fighting James Wallace thing. It's so funny.
The funny thing was that his response was, yeah, okay, as opposed to why.
Oh, there was no question of why.
Like, there's no question of why whatsoever. It was just like, this is a great idea, let's do it.
No, his first thing was like, well, he's pretty big. Like, yeah, he's fucking huge. I've never really been in a fight.
Really? Never?
Nah, not really.
I've been knocked out a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, I lost a few fights. I know not what to do.
On the street.
I'm quite an angry person sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I got to switch inside of me there.
Like, frustrated?
No. No, like, my default personality is quite direct when I'm stressed. But when I get going and get angry, I get pretty rockable.
Unrockable. Have you seen those billboards?
No.
It's like the prison, Department of Corrections, like unrockable. You have some water?
Are you, please? So I've actually worked out in the prisons a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when I was starting senior...
You hear that, James?
What? Did you not know this?
No, I didn't know
Mate.
this.
So when I was starting senior move, so I'd work Monday to Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'd do the tramping. What is it called? Chicken Edinburgh Awards.
Oh, yeah.
And so more wealthy schools would pay for the opportunity for lower decile schools to experience the same environment and also win that award. And so we went into a Christchurch prison. Fuck, hopefully I'm allowed to tell this. If not, YOLO. Where we went out and we worked with the youth unit. So youth unit is under 20s. And we took 10 of their people and we put on a pack and we walked inside the wire, and you had to walk a certain amount of kilometres within inside the wire. Then inside the wire, we would cook meals and would teach them about survival and navigation and everything.
Wow.
And so I didn't realise who we were working with at the time, but if you told me they were criminals, I'd honest to God have no idea they would. Like, they were very lovely, very respectful, very humble.
Right.
But when you saw their rap sheets, you were kind of gobsmacked.
Right.
And so we did this. I did this like 4 or 5 times in the prison. Teach them navigation. Teach them how to like pack your pack and put up a tent and use a gas cooker, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then walked with them, ran with them, listened to their stories, understood them. And then we'd actually I'd literally stay overnight in the yard with them. So there'd be a youth unit, a bit of grass. We'd put up the tents and we'd literally sleep in the tents next to them. Wake up, pack up your stuff, and then go for a walk inside the youth unit.
Yeah, right.
And there was a good experience, interact with the guards and understood the dynamic and relationship and how it all works. But it was surreal, to say the least, in regards to how they understood the world versus what I understood. And overall was a pretty fun experience.
Yeah. The Duke of Edinburgh thing, like I did it back in high school as well, and not to that extent. Like, my vision of it was going for a bike ride out to Taitaf.
Yeah.
And staying the night in a hay shed, like,
yeah.
Not the prison.
So we worked with some of the most at-risk youth. I remember I was over in the West Coast, actually by Lake Linden. We had a gentleman who was forced to go out as part of his rehabilitation, decided that he didn't want to be here, and he punched a rock. So shattered his hand completely, thinking he was going to get airlifted out. And I was like, mate, I understand you're in pain, but no one's coming for you. And we've got 2 days to walk out. And like seeing his face like drop. And to be honest, he was actually like a golden child after that, because he knew there was no other option than just walk out with us and be part of the crew. And that was a pretty cool experience to see those young people evolve in some pretty like horrific weather. I remember we got snowed on, it rained on, you were out away from, you can't have your cell phone reception, so you're not on scrolling or on Snapchat, and seeing how they evolved and changed. But then as soon as I got back to school, it was back to business as usual.
Yeah, that's interesting.
and seeing how people can change.
Yeah, so it's enough to like impact them, but not enough to change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
I've done some side quests, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's just interesting. I remember doing like a school camp up there actually,
Yeah.
like in the snow. Like I remember this like sixth, seventh form kind of thing. Like what do you call them? Like a
That
bivouac or
A-frame.
whatever.
Oh, bivouac,
A-frame?
yeah.
Yeah, like snowing, like cold as shit, like so cold. And like sleeping bag's not doing anything, right? Sleeping bag's not the right tool.
No, it is not.
And so I remember that. Here we go. Thank you. Whoa. So good. Thank you so much.
When's the last time you were uncomfortable?
I mean, I weirdly get uncomfortable for most of the events that we put on, like the
Has any event ever gone really, really bad?
No. So my data's whack, right?
Yeah.
It's totally irrational. No event has ever gone badly.
That's just the irrational fear.
Yeah. I'm a flawed human, I guess.
I think you just got to lean into it, mate.
Yeah. I do notice that a lot though, whenever I feel that sense of discomfort or fear coming, you know, like when you do lean into it, it's usually a good thing that comes out of it.
So where's it going to actually happen?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Like, the story will probably be quite cool.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I would say, like, that's the next chapter in your autobiography. And to have fun with it.
Yeah, it's been funny, like just back to the whole car thing, right? Like just thinking about the amount of people that have commented or just like brought it up in conversation, like, oh, I've always wanted a 911 or a Porsche. Or I'm like, fucking go buy one. Like just like
What was the genesis of the car?
You got more money than I do. Like worst case scenario, you're gonna lose like maybe 5, 10, 15K. Like you'll recover from this, right? But it's like this psychological barrier that a lot of people have.
Was it always a dream of yours?
Nah, no, not at all. No,
Yeah. So how did it come about?
It just came about through a few other like people in my sort of sphere getting them, and I'm like, yeah, they're kind of cool. Like, I was never really into them, to be honest. I went for a ride with one of the guys, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, this is fun. Like, I've always been kind of into cars, but not really, right?
Yeah.
Like, not a nerd, sort of going over the details and all that. And then I just sort of abstractly put it on my goal list, and then one client who's in that automotive sector sort of helped with the process of getting it, and he just made it happen. Because I was messing around, but then like one came up in Auckland. He's like, "What's your AirPoints number? We're going to Auckland." And then this was on a Sunday, and then the Monday morning we flew to Auckland to go and negotiate and buy this thing simultaneously. So again, good story.
Yeah.
But
All right, get into the food, mate. It looks absolutely delicious, doesn't it? Shout out to the sponsor, Bessie.
it's so good. This is probably the best podcast ever.
Mate, it's fucking good chat.
Like, does it get any better than this?
I don't know,
I think
mate.
this is peak living. So we just had 2 tomahawk steaks. We had the potato, duck fat potatoes, and a cauliflower. I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10.
Delicious sponsor of the pod, Bessie. Thank you. That was actually beautiful.
Thanks, Lawson.
That was actually beautiful.
Was the blue all good?
Yes. I actually like the duck fat potatoes. They're beautiful.
Very good. No, the blue steak.
Yeah.
Do you always get a blue?
As it's still milling, that's where I'm at.
We were out for dinner with this guy once, and just had no idea. Like, just did not pick it, right? And he just like orders the blue steak, and we're like, oh shit. All right.
I've actually always had it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or reverse here.
Yeah, right.
Delish.
Gotcha. All right. So 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I can't imagine a person not enjoying steak.
No. Guess they're out there.
Come protest.
What's the next topic, Brad? Do you want to talk about the imperfection of business
Yeah.
or future?
I would say that business is probably something that we think's a lot more complex, but it's more of a kindergarten game. Yeah. We all play dress up. We all wear and act a certain way where it's not that complex.
the way I like to distill it down sometimes is all that it is, it's trying to get like money from your bank account into mine as easy as possible.
Yeah. That's it. I have some skill that you don't have.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be some value on the way through, but like,
and I'm relatable and trustworthy.
but that's
that
the simple way to put
I
it.
have a skill set that you don't have internally,
Yes.
and therefore you should pay us money.
Yeah.
I actually think like things like podcast or social media is a way to help rationalize that, because I think people buy a lot more emotionally than they do with their brain.
Totally. Yeah, 100%
And
agree.
also, I see it as a way to defer responsibility. So if it does go bad, if you're an employee, you can say, hey, it's not my fault. I hired those rayhos and they stuffed it up for me.
Yeah.
And so it can be a way to defer ultimate decision making.
Yeah, I guess that is where it depends a lot on who you're selling to, right? Like, is it big business, small business? Is it consumer? Who is it exactly, right?
I don't think it matters at all. I think it's exactly the same drivers for those people.
But I think that deferral of responsibility, that's quite unique to larger organizations.
Agreed. Or inexperienced people. I think we both just chatted about during our delicious dinner how...
Thanks, Bessie.
Thanks, sponsor of the pod. Bessie, awesome. How rationalizing the per hour rate based on how you can use AI now and how long they have actually pricing pressure for, or pricing power, I should say, as the pressure comes in to decrease their prices because AI can do the majority of their work.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been several years, if not decades, since like the hourly rate was relevant, depending on the industry, but I think we're just entering into this area where it's a lot more topical or front of mind.
It's just highlighted the disparity between people.
Yeah.
Now, it's like if you're a lock maker, it's how do you rationalize the price if someone comes to you and spends $500 to sort out your lock versus taking eight hours to do it. And how you do the math in your brain about what you earn and how you value that person's job.
Yeah.
It's just no different than how we do it today.
I mean, we just got a quote on something recently for a property, and it was significantly higher than I was anticipating, right? And so, I was trying to understand it, and I was like, okay, so this $5,000 quote, my understanding was it was going to be maybe a day or so of labor for, say, two people. So, I don't know, I found myself in the old trap of trying to reason it, right?
Trying to rationalize and reverse engineer what do I earn based on it.
Yeah.
I've sort of come to the perspective of what pain is this going to save me?
Yeah.
And then how do I quantify that pain? And if I hand on a heart know that it's going to take away a decision I need to make in the future, I'm more likely to say yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to spending mental energy, which is very finite on what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Can you think of a recent exchange or like a sales experience where you're the buyer and it went either good or bad?
I can see it actually with staff. So staff are negotiating pay or negotiating pay for a new role.
Yeah.
It's me sitting there going, if I know I don't need to think about this area of the business, do I really care how much it costs me? And if the answer is that person's competent and I've got trust, I'll pay a little bit more knowing that it's done. And I don't need to send a single brain cell on thinking about or rationalizing it. And so I'm happy to pay there.
You ever torn between logic and emotion? Like, you ever like, on paper, this person looks good, but something about the dynamic and the gut feel is not quite right? Do you ever have
Always
that?
trust gut.
Yeah.
Gut's earned with blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And so understand your gut is telling you something that you probably can't rationalize and see yet, and lean in and listen.
Yeah, I like that.
As to why.
Yeah. And this is where I think life gets really interesting, is that there's no like way to explain a lot of things, meaning like that gut feel. It's very abstract.
Well, there's ways to rationalize it. And a prime example is like girl math that I like to say with my partner is if something's half price, we've saved half the full price as opposed to what it actually cost us.
Right.
And so there's easy ways to rationalize away
Yeah.
the cost.
Yeah. I guess what I was meaning is more like when you get a bad feeling about someone,
Lean in, trust it.
and yet on paper they're very good or very competent, but for whatever reason they feel off.
Trust your spidey senses.
I think
Go
so.
with it.
Yeah, I think so
I've
too.
been so wrong and falling in love with someone's CV and thinking that previous company did their due diligence to hire that person as opposed to trusting the interaction. So trust the interaction, trust the way they make you feel.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Cool. It's been a fun episode.
It's been good, mate.
Any final thoughts, predictions, jokes, shout outs to the sponsor?
Bessie. I think a funny way I was thinking as I was walking across here was I thought you might ask the question of what is AI? And the best analogy I came up was it's like the American Pie movie. And for those youngins that don't know what American Pie is, it's a story about people in high school losing their virginity. And that's what AI currently is. It's like everyone's talking about it. Everyone's saying they're doing it, but don't know how they're doing it. And every now and then you fuck a pie.
That's so interesting, right? Like that workshop we did recently. And my understanding was one thing, and sitting next to, 2-3 people, and just like the things they didn't know that I knew, and vice versa. And so that hits that's very true.
It's interesting that fucking a pie hits very true.
I'm a visual kind of person, yeah. I understand through metaphor, right?
Great movie, American Pie.
Yeah. So what does that mean though? Like do you think that in the next year things are going to become more clear, or is it more of a 10-year thing?
I think it's more of a 10-year thing. I think it will lead to more jobs overall. We'll have a short-term disruption in regards to the value of jobs. So if you thought that a high-paying hourly rate job was going to be in existence, it's probably not going to be there. And that we'll see the trades, or the people who are in trades, earn like MBA salaries, because they're going to be a lot more valuable than other professions that were previously quite valuable.
As a entrepreneur, like as a potential business owner or as a business owner, what do you think what do you think are some opportunities to take advantage of this moment in time?
I would say there's both on the AI and the anti-AI sentiment. So if you think about this place we're in right now, another way that they could attract people or signal to others that they should come here is to really lean into the anti-technology. Take away your phone, take away your wallet, be with people. And I know some restaurants in Christchurch do it where if you lock your phones in a cage on the table, you actually get a 10% discount to engage people around the dinner table.
Yes.
And I think that's quite an unexplored area that no one's doing very well. But I think will become more popular as time goes on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think just with regards to being more detached and more in line with nature and hugging trees.
Well, it's like, what's your shared reality? Like we had 1, 2, and 3 TV channels when we grew up.
Yeah.
And so you could watch the news and you could talk about it in the playground about what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you think about 7 or 8 people around the table, no one's consuming the same media because it's so personalized.
Yeah.
So how would you have that shared reality, or how would you connect with those people if you can't speak the same language about what's important to you? And I think that more public events become more popular because it's a time when we can say, hey, look, did you go to this concert and how was it for you?
Yeah.
And so that shared reality has become more and more important, and people pay a lot of money for it.
Feels like the stadium's almost pulled together a whole bunch of people, even in the last couple of months.
It is just a great beacon for activity.
Yeah.
And for a bit of pride, probably, in Canterbury.
Yep, totally.
Yeah. That's how I sort of see it.
Just off on a tangent, what do you think about this whole UFO file thing?
Now, how cool would aliens be if they were real? But also, do you think they're currently with us?
Yes.
In the water underneath?
Oh.
Or do you think they'd be a function of time? So they've been around for a lot longer and they've just learned to live for a lot longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting, I think, to see how the next few months and years are going to play out with these files.
All right, another tangent. What age do you think you'll die?
What age
Yeah,
do you think?
that you will die.
I'll make 100, I think.
You reckon 100 only? You don't reckon you'll live like 200-300?
I don't really know. I'm not sure.
I would say also fundamental question: why does your left arm age at the same speed as your right arm?
I don't know.
There must be some signaling mechanism, right? Where regardless if you use your left arm more than your right arm,
Right.
that the left arm would be worn out faster than the right arm. So therefore, there's some sort of universal signaling mechanism. You should be able to control it.
What? Where did you even come up with that?
I think about this stuff a lot. It just pops into my head. So I'd say I've probably lived about 250, like quite easily. And so therefore, if I lived to 200 or 250, I probably look like aliens in regards to big eyes, sunken face. Oh, the Greenland shark, for example, there's Greenland sharks that were around when Queen Elizabeth I was queen. So like 300-400 years old.
Really?
So it is possible.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's interesting.
So I don't see why that wouldn't happen to people.
Yeah. I guess the difference being is that that's natural, whereas you're referring to augmenting our longevity with tech, right?
Well, it's the same as when you died at 22 because you got an infection on your big toe when you're hunting a lion. There's no difference. It's just different perspective.
Back to the arm thing though, like I guess you use them differently but equally in the same way, right? And so, I mean, like even if you're right hand dominant, it exercises it more, builds strength.
Another way to put it is if you had twins and yet one smoked a pack of cigarettes per day and the other didn't, one would look a lot older.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of signaling mechanism that ages those people that can be reversed. What other conspiracy corners can we go down?
I mean, the alien thing's top of mind. Like I'm going on a pretty deep
Have you
dive
gone
on-
through all the UAP files?
Not the direct files, just going on a few YouTube videos, but I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
Would you go in a rocket ship if it could get you to London in half an hour?
It would depend on a few factors:
Oh, what?
safety records, stats, number of flights flown, etc.
Do you rationalize the risk?
I would rationalize the risk. Yeah,
And that's how you approach life?
generally,
You
yeah.
rationalize everything in regards to risk.
Generally, yeah.
Where do you YOLO?
I mean, definitely with some of my decision making. You
Always.
always YOLO?
It's the arrogance to believe that I can work it out in the future when it goes bad.
Would you call that delusion?
Yes.
Yeah,
You've got to be delusional
Yeah.
to do what we do.
yeah.
Like you actually have to be delusional.
I was talking about that the other day with Emily. We were talking about Trump and just how he's gone from, your sort of business and like the ups and downs and, I don't know. Did he go bank? I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever. He went bankrupt or came close to it, whatever. Presidency, court, back to presidency.
Yeah.
Like that requires a delusional state of mind, like that you will overcome, you'll be the best. You'll get there, right?
Every time I failed, greatness has happened.
Yeah.
And I have truly failed a few times. And that's the only way that you can get out of bed
Yeah.
each day and put your shoes on and say, I'll make it happen.
How do you ever get like low mood?
Not really low mood. It's just I get into the grind mode where you got to get through it. You know what you need to do, move fast, get it done, get through the drudgery.
Do you ever let things hang for longer than they should?
No, I have learned that I'm paying for that in interest, and that if there's a problem, go address it head on, or else it's going to take up far too much of my mind share, and it's going to hurt everything else around me.
Yeah. Do you come across many people that you repel as a human?
Oh yeah, I am like an electron, And for some people, they are repelled as soon as I get in the room. Like, I remember, so that's a fucking good story as we get into a few lines. I have been in business meetings where I've sat down, I've done my pitch, I chat to the person. This is a very big company in New Zealand. I said, look, mate, you're wasting my time. I stood up to leave and he ran to the door, closed the door and held it. And he's like, I'm sorry, no, I'm just kidding. We'll go through this. And I was like, fuck off, you waste my time. We ended up sitting down and we actually got a deal done.
Really?
Yeah. So like people either love me or hate me. There is no in between.
No, I guess that's probably fair. Yeah. Yeah, there's no like, oh, he's all right. Like,
I am
love
like,
that guy.
I am like cheese and apple. Like together, you either like it or you do not.
Cheese and apple.
Have you not had that?
Nah.
Mate.
In what format? In what world
Slice
does that
of
exist?
cheese, a slice of Edam cheese, a slice of apple, together, delicious. Mate,
I've
try it.
had like brie and apple, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
good.
Yeah, okay, cheese and apple.
But you can imagine that people, based on what you know about me to be true, would either like me or not like me. And I'm okay with that
As
ratio.
I say, you're the walnut, rum, vanilla of like the opposite of vanilla of the ice cream world, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes a bit nutty.
Yeah. With the people that you've met over your lifetime,
Yep.
Entrepreneurs specifically, what traits have you observed with the high-performing ones?
That they're a little bit different, and I call them a unicorn. So sometimes there might be people that have a different ability, but they don't act like everyone else. And to really unleash them, you need to give them their own rope or own rules. And it might be hard for other staff to rationalize that. And they might be really high and really low, but they will perform in different ways that no one else can. And so don't try and mold them into the mold of everyone else. Like, let your winners run. And you've got to have confidence as a leader to do that, because you'll take a lot of arrows. And that all the successful people that I know are a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're not the perfect wife or business person at one time.
Yeah.
They have seasons.
Yeah. Do you think that the social media world landscape's distorting our view on what they look like?
They are, in regards to the content producing, the Hormozis of the world. I've just been watching the guy from Bloom. I don't know if you've seen him. He's sort of like Hormozi. Bloom's like an energy drink company, and portraying a life of perfection as opposed to the grind. Because if you were to do a vlog of an entrepreneur day to day, it's a lot of chewing glass and staring in the abyss. You're at your computer trying to work out how you do this sort of thing. It's not sexy. That comes with only a few years in the seat to work out what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess just distorting, like if you're, say, like an 18, 19-year-old, right, who is online primarily and they're looking at, say, public figures and they're like, oh, this is what it's like. This is the path. But as you say, it's not like that.
Yeah, when you see how the sausage is made, it's not that appetizing. And when you see that, you need to sacrifice all your time. You need to put yourself out there. It's not that much fun.
Yeah.
And so if you're a younger person, my advice would be go out and learn how to sell. I think selling is a lost art form.
I think you're right.
And that if you can sell well, you can make all the money in the world.
I think you're right.
And an entrepreneur is a person that can sell.
I agree. And in my experience, there's a very small set of entrepreneurs that are able to do that day in, day out. And I wouldn't say love it, but do it day in, day out. Because nobody wants to do it.
I remember coming out of a Bessie meeting and being like kicked square in the dick with a no, and in their face going, yes. Because I know that no was closer to a yes.
Right.
And it's that crazy mentality.
Again, delusion, right?
Delusion to go, that no is closer to a yes, and that regardless of the odds against me, I will prevail.
I was talking to someone the other day that we both know that may or may not work for you. And I was just like, how do you handle this? Like, how do you take it? How do you handle this rejection? Like, so I just disassociate. I just don't take it personally. I just see it as a mechanical function that I just need to go through it. I'm like, yeah, it sounds good in theory.
But what's the worst that can happen? Like I remember
There's no work.
I remember being super poor in Australia when I was living there, and I took the role as salesperson in the malls.
Oh yeah.
So raising charity money for the surf lifesavers.
Oh yeah.
And so you get paid peanuts. And I remember being so poor that I needed this job and going, this is a great way to pick up girls. Or this is a great way as a dad walked past with their kids to leverage that dad to say, give me money in front of their kids.
Yeah.
And how you learned that rejection's okay. Because
Yeah.
before you're taught that it's the end of the world.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
It's a good
that
reminder.
the reps really mattered. I remember walking up and down of a Gold Coast Titans game as people were throwing beers at me trying to sell raffle tickets. And going, you know, this is my life.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting.
Like, what's the worst that can actually happen?
Well, I just had a call on the way here actually from a guy. He's from a company that I'm a customer of, and he's like, "Oh, hey, it's fucking Jim from blah blah blah. Just wondering if you've got any anyone you'd like to nominate." And I'm like, "Nominate for what?" He's like, "Oh, to get on board with our blah 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 program." I'm like, "You mean you want me to like open my contacts up so you can sell them shit?" He's like, "Wow, nominate."
Yeah.
Nominate. I'm like, fuck, that's pretty bold. But I see where you're going with this.
True hunters, mate, are the absolute.
True hunter, right?
So
Spun
a
a bit of a
person
yarn.
that can knock down a door
Yeah.
and get a first meeting
Yeah.
is the most valuable resource for any business.
I agree.
I don't care what business you're in, 90% of it is sales and marketing.
Yeah.
And people get so wrapped up in the idea. I literally had a guy this morning emailing me a $500 million idea in the fitness industry. And I was right. Thanks for the email, mate. Really appreciate that. But just giving the advice that half of it's sales and marketing.
Yeah.
And the tech or the idea does not matter.
No.
It's the reps.
Yeah.
The reps to keep going when you are getting kicked is really important.
Appreciate that, Brad. It's
No,
been good.
mate, a lot of fun.
It's been fun. It's been
It's
good.
been great.
And I think maybe the further you go along, maybe the more you realize like life is more about like finding fun and using your time and resourcing to have fun and be around good people. So thank you.
No, I think, yeah, like you said, the seconds you spend with special people are more important than the hours you spend in drudgery.
And the other good thing to note is that we have followed through on an idea that it's easy to talk about stuff, right?
Well, like the great Japanese philosophers, Beyblades let it rip, and we followed through on the idea,
We followed through.
and that's all that matters.
Thank you.